Hey everyone. In the last episode, we have gone through some important topic about organizing the form, the home page. So you can see we have several sections. You have a maintain section, which enables you to maintain the customer information by a single click. If I click this customer, you can see it's opened the customer form. It's opened the form over here, and I'm forcing this to be a window. So you can hover on the top and move it around, and you can flip through different records, make changes, and also even create new records. So that's the customer form. I also had a product form ready for here. So you can see the product form is doing the same logic. So maintain that in a single form, easily manage. And also you can search different products. For example, this one, I'm looking for hoodie. When you type in, it will jump through that record. You can identify this record by looking at the product ID. This product ID is 4. Then you have the order maintain. Is say you have a chance to maintain all your orders. Right now we got 4 different orders. You can maintain them. So change the order date to a different date, swap the customer with a different one, and also change the product inside that. Say that's the maintain section. But in the maintain section, you're not gonna do something like say create new orders. You can do that, but it's not designed in that purpose. So when you place a new order, you should use the button which is place an order. Click that, it'll stack into the new order form, and you pick a date, you pick a customer, and entering through the information. All the things that has been grayed out, which means you don't need to manage them. You just need to manage the key value. It will have the value being reviewed correspondingly if I close this. Okay. And also you can open the existing order. You can check through different orders, see what you can do over that. And this one is you can do a little bit change, but not everything can be altered. Just be aware of that. Now come to today's topic. This topic is going to be covering how we search around in the information. Because once you have information entered, normalized, and also been scattered into this relationship, next step is, okay, how am I going to get things out of that? So most easy way is to just create a query. A query is, say, if you know the SQL is just a bunch of joins of different tables with some criteria to help you navigate through the information, because sometimes you are not only need information from just one customer table, you need to look at customer, what kind of product he placed, and in a single view you're going to make this information. But you can see in order for us to navigate through the customer reach to the product table, you need jump through, you need say navigate the thing in the chain. For example, you need to use a customer to navigate through the order and then get back to the order item, and then you can find a product that has been placed by the customer. This little button, I have embedded a macro behind that. When we click this one, it will say enter to search. It's actually searched by the customer last name. Let's just say what kind of, say, the customer. We try to look at a customer which contains a letter B. If you just type B, we click OK. You can see it display all the customer with the B in the last name. We can recheck that by going to the customer table. You can see everything. If I set B, this one will be the bio, which is the test I just entered the last time. And you got 2 different brown. And then if we're going back to here, yes. But unfortunately, only one customer has some product been placed. The rest, there's no order has been placed against that name. So that's fine. In this episode, we're going to learn how to design this query by also introducing this enter parameters to enable the more flexibility for your user to do a little bit vague search, approximate search. So let's jump into that. So first we need to understand that in order to have this button over here, first you need to have a query. You can see the one that I've done is under the object queries. So what are we going to do? We're going to do the query design to create a new one. So this time we're not going to look at cast with all in the last name. We say doing it in a different way. So the first time you're going to need is drag this customer into this canvas, and then you can see customer. There's a lot of information you can look at. I can look at the first name, I can look at the last name. I also interested in the customer ID, right? By doing so, I'm gonna drag the product. But you can see there's no link between the product and the customer. Is because remember in the database tools, the relationship, in order for the customer information reach the product, you need another 2 table in the middle. So we just need to drag them all into this canvas. Now you can see the information has been flow through. Now we're going to say I'm interested in the product that has been placed for each customer. If we just rerun this one, you can see each of the customer, they have placed a certain product. And also I want to say what kind of quantity they have been placed for each of the product. If we go into the view again, you can see we have that. But there's one thing we want to improve is that we only want to look at something that is related to the B, right? For example, if I type a B, it'll come up with everything. So we need to have this mechanism behind that. Basically, going to the design view, we can see the last name, first name, right? What we can do is we can say this is going to be equal to Smith. In this way, you are fix this to only Smith customer. But the problem is that when this query runs, it will only look after Smith. And the user of this Access database management system, they need to jump into this query to customize that. A better way is say to enter the last name by using a square bracket. In this way, you're converting this into a parameter query. If I hit this button, it'll say last. If I type Smith, I type the full name of the Smith come out. But also, we got another problem. If we go into design view, we run that again. If I don't know the full name of the Smith, I know that it has some Smith, which is myth. In this way, you are not looking after that. That's because if we go into the SQL view of this one, you can see by doing this, we are actually using a square bracket, which is enter last name, as the where clause. Where clause is the criteria of that SQL sentence. We say last name equal to this one. So there's no ambiguity of that. We're looking at 100% exact match. But in order to have a better experience, you better have it becoming, say, approximate match. So what we're going to do is we're going to embrace this with a SQL sentence. We can enlarge this a little bit. We're going to the very first one, and then we type a keyword. You're actually doing an approximate search, but we need to ingest a star sign to represent that everything gonna be start from anything, and then we enter the last name. We're gonna in conjunction with another star. This way, we're placing this kind of enter last name letter in between two stars, which will make search term become an approximate search. Now we run this. This time, if we type me, it will return those two Smith. If we're going back, run that again, I just type O or I just type B. Can't see it return the B. We got another issue because what we want is exact things like this way. We need to show no matter you have an order or not, we need to bring that information. Diana and Brown and also Charlie Brown, they don't have any order placed, but they're displaying this query. So disregard they have order or not, I need them to be displayed. So what we can improve by this is because it's by going to the design view, we need to improve the join. Because by default, if you click that, it's always going to be the inner join. You can see the first one, the join type has been included, which is only include row where join fields from both tables are equal. So if you cancel that, you can see the join by just going to the SQL view. You can see this is the one inner join, second one, and third one. So that's the inner join you got. So what we can do is go into here, we double click here, we think about the data information flow. Everything in the customer, I need that. Disregard if I have order or not. So we need to include order records from the customer. Okay. Once we click OK, we jump back to the SQL view. You can see the customer, the join type between the customer and also the order becoming a left join. Left join means that everything from the customer will be returned, disregard if you have a join condition match or valid between the customer and the order. So that's what we have changed. For the rest, we haven't made the change, but we're going to come to that. So we're going to the design view. Once we have that information, we need to make this as, say, the everything in the order table. I want to include that. So you kind of have an order, but no order item. This time, for this part, I need to also change this join. We double click. Once we have opened this, we need to say everything I want that in the order item will be included. If it's in the product, I don't really care. As long as it's an order item, I need that to be displayed. So if we click OK, then we run this time, we type B. We got two actual results, which is Charlie and also Dana. They don't have any order placed, but they've been displayed over here. If we want to include this, we want to save this. We're going to say product quantity placed by customer. Okay, customer. If we open that, go into the home page, go into the layout view. This time we're going to insert something below. So in the below section, we're going to introduce a button. Hover on that, click that. This button will go to miscellaneous. We're going to run a query. Next, this time we're going to run the product quantity placed by customer. Next, we're going to say product quantity placed by customer. Next, say, okay. We go into the form view, we close those two. Now we run this one. If we click this button, it'll come up this. So it's enter the last name. The last name, I only remember there's something O inside that. So I click OK. Now it's returned that every customer has O in the last name, but also showing their corresponding product code and also order quantity. Disregard they have order placed or not, they will be displayed in this query. So that's pretty much for today. And see you guys in the next one.